Hello, my lovelies. It's T here from Golden Thread Tarot, and I'm here to bring you another channeled message, the last channeled message of 2024. How are you guys doing? And it's 2:44 right down on the clock as I'm recording this. So, how are you guys doing? How was your year? As you're looking back over things, how do you feel about going into 2025? How are you guys feeling? I'm squeezing the last little bit out of Christmas. As you guys can see, I love Christmas. So we're going to see. I'm excited about this new year, though. It's the new year. And actually, it's the year of the snake, which is funny because I was born the year of the snake. So for me, personally, it feels like it's going to be like this kind of like coming around in this birth and renewal, which I'm really excited. I feel like that energy in the collective as well. So as you can tell by the title of the video, we are going to pull some messages about 2025, what the spirit have to tell you. We're going to just pull some general messages for the tarot. And then we're going to get into some challenges that you might face and how to overcome them with the Kipper deck. Then we're going to pull some angel messages, and we are going to pull some guidance, some final guidance from the Master's deck. So let's go ahead and get into it. Spirit, what do you have to tell those who will be drawn to this video about what they need to know about 2025, about going in 2025? Well, actually, let's pull some messages. Spirit says they want to pull some messages about the very end of this year, which I know is right now. So, very recently, the next month or so, which obviously is going to be the very first month of 2025. So, let's talk about finishing out 2024 and then start with the messages. Any kind of final messages about 2024 that you might want to share for the collective? Two more, they're saying. Okay. This is good. All right. Absolutely. And then Spirit said, then we'll be ready to start a new beginning. Absolutely. So I feel like a lot of us, we've been talking about this on the channel the whole time. We talked about this a lot in 2023 about the shadow masculine energy. And obviously from a lot of the world, not only in politics, but a lot of just the world events that have happening, I feel like there's been a lot of facing this shadow masculine energy. There has been a lot of facing this kind of need to control, or this need to control, especially controlling the narrative. And also, so I feel like not only has that been reflecting in the macro and in our world politics and then things that are just going on, world events, but also I feel that really strongly, especially here in our collective. If you've been drawn to my videos over the past year and even before, we have been facing down this kind of shadow masculine energy for about 2 or 3 years now. And one, I wanted to say, and Spirit also wants to say, like, I'm so proud of how much I have felt our energy change, how much we have walked through facing this energy and becoming accustomed to it, walking and not being scared to turn away from that mirror, but turning towards it and peering down inside of it and challenging ourselves, being brave enough to challenge ourselves to really look deeply into this energy and to examine ourselves, to examine our own shadow energies. And I feel like Spirit is saying that there is going to, that a lot of you, especially if you have really, really dug into this work, to this shadow energy and the shadow work that we've all been passing through in this past several years, but for sure 2023 to 2024 through 2024. I feel like 2023 was more like our personally, like, and then a lot of 2024 was about facing down in the collective in general. And I feel like that's led to a lot of energy of leaving behind this being trapped, or this energy of feeling like I have to continue to look back. I have to be, I am defined by my past. I'm defined by my mistakes. I am defined by my losses that I've gone through. There is this energy of this ending, and understanding that we felt this need to control those things because of this sadness, because of this need that we felt to overcome and to face down, but in a way that was really stopping us from allowing that energy to flow in a good, positive way. Sorry about that. So if there has been this feeling of competition, if there has been this feeling of my way or the highway, or I'm always right, or, I know the best way and my way is the best way, any of that energy that we had inside of us, and understanding that we felt that way because of the pain, because of the trauma, because of events and things that we have been through in our past, and understanding how that leads to like this false sense of power, right? This false sense of control, and how we are overcoming that, and how we are letting that go. And definitely there is this energy here of this Five of Wands. I almost said Five of Swords, but this Five of Wands in reverse, where it's just like, I'm not fighting this anymore. Like, I'm not coming up against this. It's seeing the enemy within us, right? Instead of always externalizing it, instead of always pointing the fingers at other people, it's been a lot of looking inside at our own issues, and understanding, oh, that person is triggering me because of something that I've been through. Oh, this event or this thing is making me feel this way, or making me act out in this way because of something that's going on inside myself. Let me pull back my energy and let me examine myself. Let me examine the things about me. I don't necessarily want to say that are wrong or labeling things, but it's about this really deep self-acceptance. And that is leading to this Queen of Pentacles energy here. It's leading to this deep understanding of self, and it's leading to this kind of rerooting, right? This kind of replanting of the seed. So it is this kind of looking at the garden, picking out the weeds, and getting in that work, reading those manuals, doing those things, learning our environment, learning ourselves, learning our bodies, getting more in touch with that, and getting more in touch with why we think the way that we do, why we feel the way that we do. And instead of having this need of our ego or am I okay? Yeah, maybe it was this I, me. It's turning that into a more positive sense of, okay, I've taken the time to look at myself. I've taken the time to positively stare into my shadow, right? And now I can reground myself. Now that I have examined these root wounds, or now that I have examined these wounds in my lower chakras, or now that I have examined these wounds in my masculinity, maybe even some of you were reparenting yourself over the last few years. Some of you might have even been reconnecting with your own internal masculine energy, and really kind of revamping that and restarting it up with this new fresh energy. And I feel like it was really heavy. Like, all of this felt really heavy. It felt very... it was some hard, backbreaking labor for sure. Okay. So let's talk about us going. Yeah, love that. Star energy. Heck yeah. Healing. Let's talk about us going in 2025. Okay. What did I just say? Planting those new seeds. Come on now. Planting those new seeds. And having the patience and having the knowledge also too. Look what wanted to flip over and show itself. So I'll just go ahead and pull that out. Absolutely. Learning those lessons and becoming wiser for it. Ooh, I love this energy. 2025 for the collective, please. Oh, yeah. Not being afraid to start again. Not being afraid to say, I need to learn more about this. Yeah. Examining what we haven't been working on and really putting in that work towards it. Not being afraid to say, excuse me, not being afraid to say, this isn't working. This relationship, this endeavor, this business, this path that I was walking down, it's not working. It's not giving me what I need. And having the bravery to say, okay, I'm not afraid to start over again. I'm not afraid to go back to the beginning, to take it back to the root, and to understand that I need to plant a new seed. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be feeling that energy, and you're doing it from a much wiser, stronger place, because you have been learning those lessons, because you have been doing that shadow work, because you have been examining yourself and holding yourself to task and holding yourself accountable for your choices and for your actions in the past. I feel this big sense of, okay, like, yeah, I'm a little worn for wear. Okay. However, because of this, I know, right? Oh, look at this. Look what's on the bottom of the deck. It's the High Priestess. I know, right? It's this connection. It's this moving in silence. It's this, is this I know I'm getting the downloads. I'm listening to the dreams and the signs and the downloads. I'm listening to the messages that I'm getting from my spirit guides. I'm listening to the messages that I'm getting from my masters. It's this very a lot of you might be starting an even deeper meditation routine, something care about like you meditating really deeply. It even could be some of you learning how to like lucid dream or astral travel in your meditations. You might be experiencing a lot more of that in 2025. Connecting much deeper to like your guides and your masters and your angels and your ancestors. I feel that really. Oh yes, as I'm talking about that, come on now. Yes. It's this feeling of celebration. I feel like a lot of you are going to be celebrating some really amazing accomplishments. And I do think in 2025, there's going to be a lot more of like, I don't have to be so critical of myself, or I'm not picking, I'm not doing that shadow work of analyzing and picking it apart. I'm now I'm putting it back together and I'm standing back and I'm going, wow, like, I see the puzzle pieces coming together. I see the image coming together. Like, I really see myself making a big turnaround in my life. Like, I've been doing all the internal work. Now I'm really starting to see it show up in the 3D. I'm really, really starting to see that good karma and that evidence of me really, pulling up my sleeves and doing the hard work. I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing it rain down in abundance in my life. And I definitely see a lot of you celebrating. I do think that there will be there will be more analyzing of some kind of heartbreak as well. But it's in a sense of like, oh, I see, because I've gone through the lessons that I've gone through in the past. I see that from my past, or that thing that I went through, was affecting me a lot more than I thought. I was holding on to this heartbreak or to this 3 of Swords a lot more than I thought. But I am instead of allowing that 3 of Swords to inform me in a very like 5 of Cups way, where it's just like, oh my God, look at what I've lost. Oh my God, look at what I've gone through. It's this kind of sense of like, wow, like look what I've overcome. Look what I've freed myself from. Yeah, there's a lot of closing up of soul contracts. Yeah, especially with that Page of Swords back there. Wow. It feels like the year might start off with a little bit of the heaviness or a little bit of the seriousness that was kind of in the energy of 2024. But I feel the energy loosening, and I feel things getting a lot. As we move through, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, as we're moving through this like winter season, and then it's like defrosting and like unthawing, and I see you kind of like, ooh, like shaking off and like being like, ooh, I feel so good. Like I went through this phase where I had to like go dormant for a little bit. I had to go inside. I had to regenerate myself. I had to rewrite my DNA. I had to re-encode my brain. I had to unplug from the old paradigms and from the old thought process that were limiting. I have done the work examining those old paradigms and those old thought process that, those old limiting belief systems, those old lies that I told myself, or lies that I heard from my community, from my family, that I have realized no longer serve me. Holding these things on me or wrapping them around me like an armor no longer serves me. They're showing me again that Emperor in reverse, realizing like this is a false sense of security, and it's a false sense of power. It's a false sense of strength. It's a it's kind of like I can loosen my grip. I can relax. I can breathe. My muscles are relaxing and just, like I can kind of, and I can let stuff flow, That's what I feel happening as we're moving through 2025, through the first few months of 2025. Yeah. And then I feel things like really picking up into high gear, like really, really picking up into high gear around like April, March, May, around us moving into summertime, you know? And I see really big opportunities. Maybe for some of you, opportunities to travel. I see for some of you, really big opportunities to travel for business or for networking in some type of way. Some of you, you might be invited to some kind of con, you know, like Comic-Con or something like that. Some of you might travel, especially if you're doing some kind of business around that, or if it's just something that you're really into, you know, you might travel for some kind of really big thing like that. You might go on some kind of, I don't necessarily want to say like spiritual retreat, which I see some of you maybe doing some of that, like in the earlier part of the year. But I see some of you, it's like traveling for fun, but also it's like, oh, I'm going to network. I'm going to meet so many really cool people, but also it's really going to be really fun. So I see, so maybe you're traveling for business for the first like couple of days, you're traveling for a meeting or something, but then you're like, wow, while I'm here in this city, there's also, you know, this big con, or there's also this big festival, or this big thing, or there's this huge concert or something that I've wanted to go to. And so, you know, some of it feels like business, and then some of it feels like I'm having such a good time. Even though the business stuff, even though it's serious and it's serious networking, it still feels fun too. It feels like new experiences. So it feels, you know, yeah, it feels very expansive. It feels very Sagittarian, but it feels with this Chariot energy too. It's like Cancerian, so it feels very home. You're going to feel very at home. You're going to meet a lot of people that feel like, for some of you, you could meet some of your soul family. You could be making connections with soul family at these events and doing these things. I really see you like loosening up and like really making a lot of connections. Like I see you standing there and you're kind of like shaking that frost off, shaking that off, and then I see like these like golden threads like coming off of you. And so it's kind of like this energy of I'm falling into my destiny. I'm falling into my path. Like I'm making those connections. Like I said, it's like, wow, I really see the work, all the internal work that I've been doing. I really seeing it showing up in my life, you know, showing up in the 3D. Making moves. Exactly. Any kind of sense of competition, or any kind of sense that you felt like you might have been examining self-worth issues in yourself in 2024, I really feel like you are really going to see that payback to you. You know, all of that, letting go, all of that. You know, I'm not about that anymore. Any kind of karmic test that came up about you squashing beefs, or letting go of competition, or letting go of comparing yourself to other people, I see that coming to an end. Sorry, my cat is still in competition mode, but I feel like both times, hey baby, both times that I have mentioned that, he has kind of started being antagonistic in the background. So I feel like for some of you, if you feel like you had like an enemy or an adversary that you were overcoming, that you were learning to disconnect from, that you were learning to let go of, I definitely see that paying off, and I definitely see you getting your karmic payoff for doing that in 2025. It's okay, baby. Yeah, it's okay. Ooh, yeah. Brand new passionate beginnings. I feel you feeling, it feels like, oh my gosh, like the universe is just flowing blessings into my life. Like for some of you, it's like, oh my God is shining a light on me, and I am just feeling it like over and over and over and over again, back, like win after win after win, whether they be big or small. But I see you having a very big difference in your mentality, and you are recognizing the blessings flowing into your life, and you're just rolling with them. Absolutely. Look at that. Look at that Wheel of Fortune in the sun moving into your life. That's beautiful. What is this card? Oh, yep. And it's the Fool. I definitely see some of you taking some leaps of faith as well. What is this card? The Empress. Absolutely. Massive growth and massive change. Oh, okay. Queen of Wands showing out, feeling good. Ooh, that feels like some of you are showing out. Some of you look so good. Ooh, oh my gosh. I see somebody like they're wearing like a dress or like a two-piece or something. It's like a floral something. Oh, you look so good. Oh my gosh. And you look so healthy. You look so healthy, and your skin is glowing, and your hair is glowing, and your smile is so big, and you're just like ding, like hello. I feel like there's a lot of stuff happening in the background. So I feel like that you could be feeling that way too. For some of you, you might be feeling a little overwhelmed with all, like I said, because the wins, I feel like this, like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But also I feel, I feel like for some of you, if you're opening up a business, or if you're doing that groundwork, I see like clients flowing in. I see like orders flowing in. So although you're like, oh my God, this is an amazing blessing, I'm so grateful, it's also like, I'm busting ass. I am, woo, it's like, whoa, I'm working, like I'm getting it. But the whole time you're just like, yes, yes. And I feel this renewed sense of enthusiasm, and this renewed sense of like, like the clouds are parting, the heaviness is lifting, like things are doing much better in my life. It's like, wow, I'm feeling so optimistic. I'm making those connections. I'm making those business moves. I'm traveling. I'm going to do things that are really important to me. I am having like, for some of you, there's like this thing that feels like, oh my God, this is like a once in a lifetime experience. I can't believe I'm so blessed that I'm getting the opportunity to do this. This is amazing. For some of you, I feel like you're like, there's a place that you're like, I've always wanted to travel to this place. And I feel like you're going to get an opportunity, like you're going to get some kind of invitation to come and speak at some kind of event, or you're going to get some kind of invitation to, host something, or be a part of something, or be a leader at something, or, give a presentation at something, to maybe like set up a booth and like, talk about whatever your product or whatever you're making. And then it's going to happen to be like in that place you've always wanted to travel. And then on top of that, the company or whatever that's hosting it is like paying for your flight out there. And you're just like, I can't believe this. This is amazing. Like, not only am I getting to, to market myself and network and do all of these things, but also my whole life I've wanted to visit this place, and now I'm getting an all expenses paid trip there, where my hotel is paid for, with my accommodations are paid for, where my flight out there is paid for, or, my renting a car is paid for, or whatever. And, and on top of that, I am doing financially well enough to where I am going to be able to stay there for a little bit, and not only do that, but then also be like, well, how often am I ever going to get this, And so you're going to get to extend it and have like a really nice vacation, or, it might not be a week, it might be 2 or 3 more days. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to stay the whole entire weekend, and it's this amazing opportunity for you where you're just like, this is amazing. Like, and while you're there, I think you're going to get to go either visit like a sacred site, or go and visit, or go to a festival, or like I said, go to some kind of like con or gathering or something like that. You're just like, this is amazing. Like, this has been one of the most amazing weekends of my life. I feel like something like that is manifesting for some of you. Oh, Spirit said for most of you, it's going to be something. Yeah. Ooh, oh my goodness. King and Queen of Swords. Okay. Spirit was saying that they wanted to start talking about some of the challenges. Yeah, an Ace of Swords. For some of you, this is not going to be for all of you, but for some of you, a relationship might end here in 2025. But the devil behind the 10 of Cups in reverse. However, whatever it is, it feels like a amicable. Oh my God, why can't I say that word right now? That's so embarrassing. It feels like both of you want to split up, right? Because this kid, you're not seeing eye to eye. Things are not working. And the only thing that you guys can agree on is this is not working. So it feels like both of you, it doesn't feel like both of you are very heartbroken about it. For some of you, it could be like the end of a contract. This could feel like the end of some kind of business partnership, or the end of some type of, this could be a job. You could come to like a split on that. It doesn't feel very romantic, but take it as if you know that you are headed towards a divorce, or you know that you are headed towards a split with somebody, this is just spirit stepping forward to say like, hey, it is going to be a challenge. This feels like that Three of Swords energy here, where it's like, wow, I knew that this was going to come to an end. I knew that this was circling the drain. I knew that this was kind of, and yeah, like both of you, or whatever both sides of the party that are splitting apart here are like, yeah, we knew it was coming. Yeah, we know, like, yeah, it's okay. Like, yeah, we can do this. Like, yeah, you're going your own way. If this is like a boss, this is like, yeah, I heard you talking about how your side business blew up and you're getting all this money, and I knew when you came in and you're like, hey, I'm going to have to step down to part-time because this other thing is really, and I knew that you were asking for less and less and less hours. You were only working a day or two a week. We knew that this was coming to an end. Your contract was coming to an end. For some of you, it could be a housing contract could be coming to an end. And it's a situation here where you're just like, I'm ready to move out. They're ready for a new tenant. I'm good. We're good with it. And it could be a bittersweet thing where you're like, oh, I've lived in this place, or I've worked at this place for a really long time. I appreciate it for what it gave to me, but it just doesn't serve me anymore. So I have to let this go. If this is romantic and in some type of way, like you both are very ready. And it doesn't feel like, I hate you. No, I hate you. Like, give me this. No, you give me that. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like you're both just like, yeah, we're ready for this to be over. You're ready to move on. I'm ready to move on. Let's separate our assets and let's just move on. This is over. We both know it's over. This is over. And it's because of the hard work you've put in this year, that this split goes so easily, and you're so easily and ready to be able to identify what this is and identify that, yeah, I've been here before. I know what this is. Let's go our own ways. Let's not hold on to each other. Let's not karmic this out. It's over. It's done. This, you're able to identify that pretty quickly, and you're able to be like, yeah, that's over. Okay, so what are some challenges that we might face in the beginning of 2025, Spirit? What are some challenges that my collective might experience here? Wealthy man and family room in reverse. So yeah, some of you might separate away from a family. Again, occupation is on the back of the deck. Some of you might leave an occupation here. You might change over. But again, it feels like, yeah, we knew this was coming. Yeah, we knew, again, for some of you, this might be kind of triggering for some of you, but for some of you, there might be somebody here who kind of hits it big and they are ready to split away from you. So for some of you, this could be a partner or a family member or a roommate or somebody that comes into a good amount of money. This could be through an inheritance. Somebody here could win the lottery. I don't know. There, like I said, a business might really blow up, here. And it's kind of like, you know what? I'm strong enough and I'm financially secure enough to go my own way. I want to have my own apartment. I don't want to rent with roommates anymore. Or it's like I came into a good amount of money through my hard work that I put in to this situation. And, like I can sustain myself off my side business. It's not my side business anymore. It's my main thing that's paying my bills, and I just honestly feel like I'm wasting my time. And I know that could be really hard to say because for some of you, this is somebody else. Also, I do want to say this could be preparation, mentally preparing for some of you. For some of you, you might, especially if you're feminine and you might like financially split away from a masculine. Right after you guys split up, this masculine could come into a nice amount of money. I don't know if it's from the divorce. I don't know if it's from some kind of inheritance or something. You could have somebody suddenly like get very distant, get very, Like, they're making it very obvious that they're ready for this relationship or ready for this to end. And then they come to you and they're like, yeah, we're going to split. And you're like, okay. And then you hear through the grapevine, or you hear on social media or something like that, like, oh, this person came in, you know, their great grandfather passed away and left them $1 million or something like that. And you're like, wow. And you really split away from me so that you could hog all that to yourself, or so that you didn't have to share it. But there is something here where spirit wants you to be at peace with this, because in some type of way, no matter what relationship you and this person had, this person was karmically owed getting that money. Now, I don't know, you know, this person might get a bunch of money and might have to learn a lesson and might lose it all or something like that. I don't know. We're not talking about them. We're talking about you. But spirit wants you to say, I'm at peace with this. Like, I wouldn't stay with them just because they got money anyway, because I knew we're splitting. This isn't good for us. This isn't healthy for me. You know, you could leave a business and it could blow up after you leave. And you're just like, wow, well, okay, don't worry. Yours is coming. Okay. So for some of you, there is something here about the fact that you split up from somebody, or you split up, or you end something, and then like something goes very well from the person that you split away from. Don't worry about their blessings. Don't worry about their karma. Don't worry about what they have coming to them, because what they have coming to them is coming to them. And if they handle it in a shitty way with you, you know, if they act selfish about it or whatever, it's a lesson for them, you know? So just keep that in mind. Yeah. Yeah, I hear somebody saying, I don't want your blood money. So, like, for some of y'all, you feel like, you know what, I'm fine with it, because I know that that person's just going to gamble that all away, or it would have caused even more problems. Or for some of you, it would have been a situation there where that person would have had a lot of financial sovereignty in the relationship, and it very much would have become well, I pay all the bills. Well, I paid for that. Well, I paid for this. You don't work because I pay for everything. And that's not the direction of your life that your life is going. So bless it. Let it be. Let this person be the person that they want to be, and you move on with your life. Okay. And so for some of you, there is a slight bit of a kind of like heartbreak energy, but it is kind of like I've been here before. Through the lessons that I've learned, I know that this is all, that this must be going down for the best. That there is a reason that this is going down the way that it's going down. For others of you, I see this split apart. And for some of you, a challenge might be that there is a family secret that's coming to light. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and I see somebody being very mad, being very, very angry. Like, how could you keep this from me? Like, you know, in cartoons where people are like, and then like the red color like raises up in their face and like steam comes out of their eyes. I see somebody being like spitting mad. You ever heard somebody say that? Like, I'm so mad I could just spit. Yeah. And I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody else in the family that's really this mad. But a mature man. A secret here could come out about a mature man here. An older masculine figure in your family. For some of you, this could be a passed over loved one, and a secret about this person or about their life could come forward, and you're just like, what the F? Like, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know what's going on. You just go to Sunday dinner one day, and somebody's just like, well, that's why your grandfather did this or did that. Huh? Oh, did you guys know that your grandfather used to did, like, huh? What are you talking about? Like, and it's something, I don't know. It's a bit scandalous. I'm not even going to lie. For some of you, you are going to, oh my goodness. For some of you, this wealthy man ties into this. For some of you, you are going to find out that a person left you a sum of money in your family, and for some reason, your family has been withholding it from you or didn't tell you about it for some reason. Yeah, I see somebody going, it's my life. Like, it's my life. How dare you? Like, it wasn't your place to stop me from knowing that or stop me from receiving that. Tell me more about this family secret coming out, please, Spirit. Message in reverse again. There's an energy here of you. Like you didn't receive a phone call or you didn't receive a letter, or there could be like a version of a will that was hidden. What the heck? This is all a part of this Three of Swords energy for some of you. And there again, with this 10 of Cups in reverse, there is a revealing here of a secret that, like, it reveals a very karmic energy in your family. Oh my gosh. Official person in reverse. Again, it's like, this is that energy of like, oh, y'all, look at this. Unexpected income is on the back of the deck. Wow. Yeah, and there is this kind of energy of when you receive this, it's definitely going to feel like a tower moment. And for some of you, you might be like, oh my gosh, this person was being so greedy, keeping this away from me. It doesn't have to be money. Like I said, it could be this information, but it's going to be a tower moment in your family. And you're going to be like, how dare, like there's somebody here that I feel like somebody is like, how dare you keep this secret? Like it wasn't up to you. It wasn't your secret to keep, or it wasn't like, how could you not tell us the truth about that? For some of you here, you might find out that somebody in your family is very sick and they might not tell you until like the very, very end. You might get that phone call. Hey, you need to come home this weekend. Well, I'm busy. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's in a couple of days. No, we've booked a flight. You need to come home this weekend. And you're like, oh, damn. Like, my mom or whoever, my brother sounds really serious. You go home. Yeah, Dad didn't tell us, that he's passing over from something. It's like the doctors think that, that Dad or Mom, they have like a couple of days, possibly. Like any minute now they could go. And it's like, what? Like, how could you keep this from us? Like, how, like, how could you not tell us? Like, what are you talking? And I don't want to freak anybody out or anything like that, because this is definitely not going to be for everybody. But it is this kind of energy of like, how could you keep this from me? How could you keep this from us? Like, what? It's like, I understand why you did it, but also I want to be mad at you because, like, I could have, like, if I had known, I would have flown back home months ago. I would have spent the last couple of months, here, helping Mom take care of you, helping you get around into the hospital. Like, what are you doing? Like, why did you give us so little time with you at the very end? Or why did you wait so long to allow this secret to come out? A truth is coming out here, and it's like jaw dropping, and it's something to do with your family. And it's a tower moment. And I don't know exactly what the detail, because obviously it's a general reading, but there is a tower moment here, and there is this energy of like a selfishness here. Like somebody feels like somebody was being very selfish for keeping this energy, very self-gratifying, very like all you cared about was yourself. Spirit could also be warning you to not, to maybe like, this is not the time, especially if it's like somebody passing away. It could be just like, fine. Like, I guess, it's your life. You wanted to handle it the way that you did. At least I got this time with you, That's for some of you. But for others of you, you are identifying that there is a major karmic energy here in your family. And for a lot of you, if you know this, you already know that this person is karmic. You already know that they're toxic. You already know that, but there is something here that's going to come out, or a situation, and this person is going to show you. There is something here about the fact that this person has slowed down some kind of good connection from coming into your life, from being there with you. Yeah, this person was being sneaky. 7 of Swords here. Wow. This person is like a blessing blocker, or they put some kind of block in your life about something. For some of you, oh my gosh, what is this? For some of you, it's something about like, you broke up with somebody and afterwards like they called you or they tried to reach out to you and they were like, I've made such a mistake. I'm so in love with them. Like I would do anything. And this person was like, they don't want to talk to you. Click. You know, knowing full well that you're on the other side being like, I just miss them so much. I still love them. Like, and there's something here for some of you where you might find out, you know, that a family member really like overstepped their boundaries and blocked some kind of love situation here. Or it could have been a situation where like you were dating somebody else and like an old flame or somebody from your past was just like, I am still in love with this person. Like I want them. I really want them. And a family member, like a sister, a brother, a mother, somebody stepped in here, which is like, look, you need to drop it. You need to leave it alone. They're so happy with their new person. And in fact, you very much so know inside of your heart that you're still very in much love with that other person. And you are marrying, or you were thinking about getting married, or you were thinking about being with this new person. It's a very karmic energy here where it's like you and somebody broke up, or it was almost like spirit was throwing you a line here, like get out of the, like before you get into this karmic marriage or before you get into this really karmic relationship, somebody here wanted to step up and it's like, hey, or like you might find out that it's like, now that you've broken up, somebody here from your past, or maybe somebody you used to work with or something like that, is just like, oh, you're single now? Like, I would love to take you out on a date. Like, I would love for us to get together and have a drink. And they might offhandedly mention, you know, like, oh, well, when I gave my number to your friend, or when I gave my number to your sister to give to you, you know, and it didn't end up working out. Like, I never thought we'd be here on this date. And you were like, wait, what? You know, and you're like, and this person's like, yeah, you know, like when we first met, I told, you know, I went to that party and you weren't there. And I told your friend, or I told your sister, or I told your coworker, or whoever, like that I was really interested in you. And they were like, no, don't, you know, and in your head, you're going to be thinking like, oh my God, like I would have loved to have dated you back then. And if I would have gotten in a relationship with you, I wouldn't have gotten into a relationship with this karmic person that I ended up breaking up with, and, you know, broke my heart. But now I've spent the time recovering and learning the lesson. And I think it's a thing here where you're just like, wow, yes, I needed to go through the lesson of that karmic person in my life, because now I'm much stronger. I know myself much better. You know, like I know my boundaries so much better than I did before. And now I'm actually ready to have an heart open, communicative, you know, like I had such a bad relationship that I went to therapy and it helped me deal with so much stuff. And now me and you can have a really good relationship that's really based on a really good foundation. However, thank you for letting me know that this person is a hater. Thank you for letting me know that that person in my life is a karmic who really wants to block my blessings, because although they played a karmic role in your life, you need to know that this other person that you're still holding in your life is a karmic, and that they are and that they did this with the intent to block you from getting a love relationship. And you need to know that. And that might come up because you might be like, oh my God, guess who I went on a date with and we hit it off and we're going on another date? So-and-so. You remember when we all used to work together? Oh, well, I should really tell you that I heard they did this, or I heard they did that. You might see that come up in this person and you're going to be like, oh, well, that's funny that you mentioned that, because they told me about how they tried to get to me through you, and you said no, and you cop blocked them and told them that you asked me, did I want to go on a date with them? And you told them no. You never said anything to me about it. So I'm glad that you brought it up. So let's talk about it. Or like, yeah, actually, it's just for you to know. Because although this person was playing their part in 44444, spirits got your back. Okay, this person was playing their part in you being the person that you are now, and you being the stronger person that you are now. However, you need to know that this person does not have good intentions towards you. Yeah. You need to know that this person is standing on the edge. And this is a person that might give you a lot of advice that would end up actually stopping you or keeping you at a distance from your goals and from your celebrations and from victories in your life. This person actually gives you a lot of advice that keeps you in separation from these things, that keeps you guessing, that keeps you standing there waiting and waiting. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're not the right one. I don't know. Maybe they're not. This person got some kind of undercover beef with you. This person is hung up about something. This person has some kind of karmic energy related to you. And although this person might not understand why, there definitely could be some kind of past life karma between you and this person that they end up really trying to steer you off course. And for some of you, especially if it's like a parent or a sibling or something, they might do it because they think they know what's best for you. That kind of ish, But the truth of the matter is that there's karma that this person really, for some reason, like they don't want to see you miserable, but they don't want to see you happier than they are. They saw like a real spark. I see somebody sitting to the side and watching you and this person like laugh and giggle, and just like the way you were looking into each other's eyes, and this person was just like, oh no, you can't find your person before me. Oh no, I'm getting married this year. You can't get engaged this year. Or like, oh no, like there was this sense of rage and jealousy that bubbled up inside of this person that made them lash out and made them be like, look, they wouldn't be interested in a person like you anyway. But God's got your back, because after you went through therapy or after you strengthened yourself, this person looped back around and you ran into them at the grocery store, or you ran into them or whatever party or event, or you ended up working together again, and you're just like, can we please go on a date this time? And this person's like, yes, like that's amazing. Like I would have been dating you. I would have been snatched you up. Like, yes, absolutely. I just thought you weren't, I thought you weren't into me. It's like, what would ever give you that idea? And it's like, well, I asked your sister or I asked your best friend, and they said, oh no, you're not their type, or, oh no, they're dating somebody else, or, oh no, they wouldn't be interested in you. Or, I asked them to give you my number, and you never called me. You never you kind of ghost me. So I figured you weren't into me. And you're kind of just like, oh, okay. Well, never mind. Silly. No, I'm definitely into you. It's fine. And then you're kind of like later, you're like, okay. I kind of knew this person was not good for me. I kind of knew it was a thing. I had a feeling. My intuition had been telling me that person doesn't mean me quite the wellness in the world. And I see. Exactly. I see. They're a little sneaky. I see. Okay. I see what it is. A sneaky little karmic. But, oh, look at that. Yum, 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 yum. Look at you. Look at you opening up your new cycle. Look at you facing your fears and opening up your new cycle with your match. Okay? Because here you are being the Queen of Pentacles. And here, regardless of who you identify as or whatever, look at you drawn in that King of Pentacles energy. Look at you. Right? You're planting those new seeds. And whether this be a person romantically, or whether this be a person, like, for some of you it's business wise, this is a really good like business opportunity here that was stolen from you in the past. Okay? But I feel like in the end you're going to be like, even though you did it with a hater ass mindset, it really ended up, because God has my back. or the universe has my back. My spirit guides have my back, okay? Just like God will use karmics and they will use people that work in darkness and through jealousy, they will use that to end up making us stronger, to end up pulling us out of situations, to enlighten us about things. Like I said, you went down a path, you got your butt kicked, but you came out of it wiser, stronger, better, and now you can be a better business partner. Well, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, if we had hooked up and started going down this way 2 or 3 years ago, it would end up falling apart. I'm a different person now. I've had a lot more experience. I've taken business classes, or, and I can operate my business. I mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I'm a much better, stronger person, and I can face this fear inside of me. I have been facing these control issues inside of me, and I can let go. I can see why you did what you did and how God or how the universe was moving through you, but I can still identify you as a person that doesn't need to have access to me in my life. And because I see how God is moving through you, or I see how the universe is working through you, I don't have to have this kind of, you're my enemy, let's battle each other. You know what? I'm going to be petty, or no. I can let it go, and I can be like, that's cool. It's not cool that you did it, but I can see what purpose you served in my life, but I can also identify you as a person that no longer serves a purpose in my life. Exactly. I can see. Ooh, come on now. I can see the truth. Ooh, my intuition's talking to me. Ooh. I'm no longer blinded by these 3D egotistical things. I'm no longer get trapped and get pulled into things. Right? This burden of this anxiety and this fear. This pushed me to the place where I can let go. This pushed me to the 10. Okay? I was at the 9 because I learned all these lessons, and it pushed me back to the 1. I'm not afraid to begin again. I'm not afraid to cut out things. I'm this lack mindsets, these fear mindsets, they're not forcing me to hold on to things the way that they were. They're not forcing me to hold on to pain the way that I used to. It's not forcing me to stay gripped in sadness and in fear and in like, oh my God, it'll never come again. Right? I see the way God is working in my life. I see the way the universe is laying out things to work in my favor. I see from a higher perspective. Again, like I said earlier, I see the puzzle pieces coming together. And because of that, I can be less detached. I can step back out of my fear, out of the drama, out of the karma. I can step back out of the trauma, and I can view the purpose, or I can view what's happening, how the strings are connecting together and everything is like lining up in my life. And it's like, okay, I can still say, wow, that lets me know you're not a real friend. You don't really have the best, my best interest at heart, or things like that. Thank you, God, for showing me that. I see the role that this person played, but I can step back away from it. Also, for some of you might get sick around this time, because suddenly, I don't know where my throat chakra is feeling my throat is feeling like that feeling that you feel like when it's kind of like tight, when it feels like you're very first getting sick. So for some of you, this new beginning might also coincide with you might get a little bit sick. Or like I said, you might just be really working on your throat chakra of speaking your truth, right? Of seeing the truth of what's really going on. Exactly. You're letting go and moving on from the drama. You're letting go and you're moving on and you're separating yourself, and it's flowing. It's flowing away, and things that don't serve you, you're not like, I can't hold on to this. You're like, nope, I can see that it doesn't serve me. Move it out of my life. I can see that it's no longer good for me. Let go of it. And why are you doing that? Because you face this shadow masculine energy of this control, of things have to go this way. Things are supposed to look like this. If I'm in favor of God, obviously, this person would never step up and try to hurt me. Obviously, my perfect love would come straight into my life. There'd be no resistance. There'd be no issues. There'd be no problems. It's facing the fact that that's not realistic. That's not real life. That's not how the world really works. We go through hardships. We go through trauma. We go through fucked up things that are like, damn, I wish I hadn't gone through that. However, I can persevere. I can grow stronger over it. I can learn lessons from it. And I don't have to feel, just because bad things happen to me, I don't have to feel like things are sliding backwards. I don't have to feel like God doesn't have my back. I don't have to feel like, oh, I fucked something up. That must be why this bad thing happened to me. Or, it's not always, well, I must have done something karmically to be owed, that hardship being handled in my life. It's just like, I can just let life flow. And I can just see sometimes we learn lessons, and sometimes, messed up stuff happens to us, and it sucks. And it's not fun to go through it, but we can come out stronger. It's like this mental shifting of perspectives for you. And it's this releasing overall. It feels kind of like I'm letting go of any kind of victimhood, any kind of lack mentality, anything like that really stops me from being like, life is gonna life, And that's what it feels like. 2025, the big lesson feels like life's gonna life. Life's gonna go up, life's gonna go down, life's gonna go left, life's gonna go right. Sometimes you can plan things out, and sometimes you just have to go with the flow. Sometimes, you're gonna plan things out, and then sometimes life's just gonna blow it up, and then you just learn from the past. You're like, it's okay, I can adapt, I can change, I can go with the flow. I don't have to be so holding on to things so tightly. And because of that, it feels like a lot of things are flowing a lot better into your life. There's a lot of heart chakra work going on here too. Any other challenges? Okay. Despair and privileged lady. Ooh. With this unexpected income still on the back of the deck. Again, this is giving me that energy of where I was talking about earlier, where I was like, oh my God, all these blessings are happening, but I am exhausted. It's like, this is amazing. I'm traveling, I'm speaking, I'm getting paid to do the thing that I love to do. Like I got orders coming in, and I'm backed up, and I'm booked for the next 2 months. But it's also like, I'm working my ass off, like I'm working my ass off. I am tired, but I am giving it everything I got. I am still taking a little bit of break time, but it also feels like for some of you, you could come up on, there could be like a certain aspect of that lack mentality that could raise its ugly head, where it's like, it felt like you were like, oh my gosh, what if I never get it? What if I'm not good enough? That it feels like you have faced that part, but there could be a like, oh my God, now that I have it, I'm scared that I'm going to lose it. Oh my God, I have this relationship. What if something fucked up happens? Oh my God, I finally have these clients flowing in, or I finally am doing that, or I'm finally in the job that I love. I feel so much pressure because like, I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to slide backwards. Okay. And again, this is giving me some more aspects of this energy where it's like, okay, like, and also it's like, okay, I'm moving up a tax bracket. I'm making more money. I'm more financially secure, but everything has its dual side. There are light and dark aspects to everything. Well, now I need a financial advisor. Now, I can't just bake anywhere. I can't just go anywhere. I can't just live anywhere. Like I gotta move differently. I'm in a different social standing, or I'm in a different tax bracket. That means I got to pay more in taxes. That means, I have more responsibilities. That means I got to take this ish real serious, because this is my livelihood. This is my dream, and it's rolling in. But also, there are serious aspects that come to that comes with that. And with this whole like despair, with this not hiring, it does feel like, what if I lose it all? It's all come together now. What if it all falls apart? What if it comes and it goes? What if I fall out of the algorithm? What if whatever? And this is a part of letting go of this kind of competition. Be aware of not comparing yourself to others, of not comparing yourself. I mean, it's not like Spirit is saying, like, of course you can be like, oh, well, they run their business like this. They run like that. They do like this. This helps them. Like, yes, of course, learn from the people that you need to learn from that have good advice for you. Right. But there is also this energy here of like, don't do too much comparison. And don't do too much like, there could be an aspect of your ego that could come up here that it's like, oh, I'm so much better. I would never want to be that old version of me. I'd never want to, I'd never want to go back to eating ramen noodles every night. Nobody wants to do that. But there is this kind of energy of don't shit on that person who was working their ass off eating ramen noodles every night, because they walked so that you could run. You built who you are on their back and on their hard work. And there is also an energy here of, you might have some haters. Yeah. Again, right? Like we talked about that person realizing that there's somebody in your family or somebody in your friend group or somebody. Some people are going to show their ass. Some people are going to show their ass. Some people are going to show their truth. Some people are going to be like, it can't be all that. You can't, or you could have some people that are just like, now don't fuck it up. If you have those family members that can't just be like, oh, I'm so happy for you. This is so amazing. You're doing so well. It's like, you better not fuck it up. You better stay on it. You better not. They feed more into your anxiety than they do like your positivity. Just be aware of that and keep the proper amount of separation, or the proper amount of, you feel that way, I feel this way. Keep your anxiety and your lack mindset over there. I understand who you are, but I don't feel that way. I don't operate that way. I don't think that way anymore. There definitely is going to be some time to check yourself and make sure that you're, for some of y'all, be careful, okay? Because you're going to be looking so fly and so juicy and so thick and so good and so like a beautiful little peach just waiting to get plucked and bit into. Y'all going to be very fertile. Very, very fertile. So be aware, okay? If you are active in that type of physical way, be aware. That's also like a warning. There's going to be a lot of people looking at you, looking you up and down and licking their lips, okay? Regardless of who you are. There's also a sense here that some of you might... There's also some, I don't want to say drama, but there's some like resistance, or there's some kind of like, kind of energy that's around the end of whatever this is. Like the end of this relationship or business partnership, or end of a friendship, or end of a type of closeness with a certain family member or with certain family members. There is this kind of like, I'm the head, like there is this challenge here of being like, I'm the head of my household now, right? Like I'm not a little girl or a little boy anymore. I am a grown up. I am in control of my life, like I am the head of the family now. Like I am, and so there is this energy here where it's like, wow, I'm really growing up. Wow, I'm really doing big girl, big boy bullshit. I'm really putting on the big boy, big girl pants, and I'm really making some moves in my life. I'm really setting up a foundation. I'm really setting up a legacy. Like, I'm really like that dude, that chick in my life now. Like, wow, and there definitely could be this, especially if you dealt with family that like, what's the word? Oh my gosh, why am I having such a hard time with my words today? Infantilized, like where basically like no matter how old you were, your family was always treating you like a child, or always treating like you didn't know what you were doing, or always treating like you weren't capable of as much as you are. It's like your capability is up here, but your family's always like, well, you might as well shoot for here, because like, yeah, you could make that, but you probably miss it. So this is more your speed, when spirit is telling you, nah, big dog, you're supposed to be up here. Like, nah, big dog, you got the capability to be up here. And you might have friends and family that might tend to be like, nah, this is all you can handle. I don't think you can handle all that, and it's this kind of switch of power, this switch of sovereignty, this, no, yeah, you might be my mom, my dad, my grandma, my granddad, you might be my big brother, but I'm the one in control of my life. I'm the one making moves. I'm the one putting the dollars in my bank account. Like, I'm the one really paying the bills and doing the things and making the moves. Like when I talk to you about stuff, I'm not asking for your permission to do things. And that's what it kind of like, there is this kind of feeling here of like, but there is also this feeling inside of you like childhood is gone. Like childhood is gone. It's over with. This is big boy, big girl ish happening in my life. This is the real ish. You know, for some of you, this could be starting a family, getting married, and kind of being like, damn, like I'm the mom and dad now. You know, like it's not my parents or my grandparents or my grandmother or my, you know, my uncle or whoever that's in charge of the family now. It's me. And that doesn't necessarily feel like a challenge. But it does feel like if for some of you, it is like your family or things like that. Maybe you're like the baby of the family, you know, you could be like an only child, or you could be like I said, you could be the baby of the family, you know, and everybody's like, no, you're my little baby. It's like, no, I'm 30 years old. Like I'm a grown up. Like, no, I've moved across the country. I pay my own bills. You know, I make 6 figures. Like, no, like I'm the man of my house now, not you. You know, it's like, no. You know, and for some of you might, well, you will always be my baby, or I'll always be your mother, so you should always listen to what I have to say. It's like, no, not always. No, I'm a grown up now. I'm gonna thank you, but I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do. You know, and there could be, and for some, I feel like it's gonna be harder for that mother figure, or for that father figure, or for your family members, or for whoever, where it's like, well, damn. You know, for some of you, it's something really innocent, like, oh my gosh, my baby's growing up and they're just making all these moves in life. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, you know, you're not my little kid anymore. And that's hard to see. That's hard, you know, as happy as I am for you, it's hard to see you grow up. It's hard to see, you know, you're the last of my babies, you know, it's like, so somebody here could have like a parent that's having like you know, what is it? Empty nester. Or for some of you, you could be an empty nester. You know, you could be the one shifting and being like, my kids aren't my priority anymore because they're grown up. They're moved out. They're doing their thing. Like, I'm my priority again. Like, I am the sovereign being of my household again. You know, like, it's not soccer practice and going here and doing that. And, oh, this person needs to play for that. And this person needs money for that field trip. It's, what do you want to do with your time? Who do you want to be? What about you can you discover? And it's like, whoa. Like, it's this shift. You know, it's this shifting and this changing of this family dynamic here. Yeah. And it's this like peace. It's you finding this peace here. God, this card feels so peaceful. Wow. Yeah. For some of you, I see a particular moment. It's like nighttime and you're just sitting there and you're really peaceful. Maybe you're looking outside at the stars or at the moon or something like that. Maybe you're sitting by the water or something, you know, and I just see you just being like, fuck, I made it. Like, I'm here. Like, what my goals have been, I made it. Like, I achieved it. Like, I'm here. I'm here living in my dream life. Like, what? Like, I'm here, you know, supporting myself, or I'm here. I've gotten out of that toxic relationship and I'm here making it and thriving in a way that a past version of me thought I never could. You know, I'm here and I've raised my kids and I've put them out there into the world and they're doing their thing. And here I am. I've discovered myself again, you know, and I'm taking trips and I'm taking classes. And it's like, wow, I'm finally being able to be the person that I always wanted to be. And I see this moment of just like, because with that moon back there, it's this moment of release. Like, I did it. Like, I'm free. I'm here. I'm okay. I'm safe. You know, I'm safe. I'm protected. You know, I'm here. My bills are paid. My fridge is full. You know, I got work to do. I'm feeling satisfied in my body and my mind and my soul. Like, I'm here. Like, I did it. Imagine what the rest of my life has to offer me. Imagine the amazing things that I can accomplish from this point moving forward. It feels so good. It feels like this amazing heart release where it's just like, like I did it. I accomplished my goals. I did it. I said I was going to do it. And no matter who didn't believe in me or how I might have doubted myself, I made it. And I did that shit. I made it out. And there's this kind of releasing of this. There's this big release of this energy that's going to happen. Like maybe like around fall, like August, September, October, around that time. For some of you, maybe a little bit later in the year, but around that time in the year, there is this huge like, I did it. And I don't know if it's going to be like, I accomplished all my goals, but it's like everything that I have been striving hard for the last few years. Even if it's just one goal. I want to get out of this relationship. I want to get into therapy, or I want to be in a better place mentally. I overcame my depression, or I got my body right and I'm feeling so much healthier than I've ever felt. Like I did it. I raised my kids and I'm out here fulfilling my I feel like I have a second lease on life, or I got out of that relationship, or I found that relationship and we're happy and we're together. I did it, like, oh my gosh. I saw today on Facebook, a friend of mine from college where she was posting like these really cute pictures of her and her husband together. And I remember back in college, her sharing with me how much she struggled with relationships, and it filled my heart with such joy. Anytime I see any pictures of them together that they post, I'm like, they look so legitimately happy together. They look like they're so in love with each other. And I'm just like, it fills my heart with such joy anytime I see them post any of their cute little pictures. And it was these cute pictures of them with their dogs and sweaters. It was, and I was just like, I'm so happy for you. I am so happy for you, and she posted the picture and she said, 10-year-old version of me would not believe how happy and fulfilled I feel in this relationship. She was like, I know a lot of stuff on social media is fake, but anybody that knows us knows how crazy and how in love we are with each other, and that's the energy that this feels like. That's this energy. That's this energy of the version of me 10 years ago would be gobsmacked to see where I am now. When I was a kid and I was dreaming of what I wanted my life to be, bitch, we're here. The details might be different, but overall, this feeling, that feeling of family, that feeling of protection, that feeling of, being educated and traveling, or, like expansion, that feeling of being out there on your own and making it, or, I did the work, I put it in, I raised my kids and now I'm here. Like, it's like, wow. The version of me that existed a few years ago would just be like, you're joking. That's not me. Like, yes, it is. Yes, it is you. And I'm here because you dreamed me into being. And you had the bravery and the strength to go out there and to make it real. And that's what it feels like. Wow. Okay. Absolutely. Oh, y'all. Hell yes. Hell yes, hell yes, hell yes. Okay, I know this has been a long one, but thank y'all for, if you're still here with me or however long you were here for me. I appreciate you still. Okay, let's pull some guided energy here from the Masters. What do the Masters have to say about the important things, important energies that we need to know about for 2025 to keep our vibe high. Okay. Healing. Oh my God. This is so perfect. This deck is always so on it. I love this so much. Green Tara, healing light, wellness unfolding. Know that healing is a journey. Come on now. Come on now. Know that healing is a journey, and that's what this is. That's what this energy is. Like, I can release. I can release my need to control. I can release all of that, and I can just say, life is life, and lifes. But you make it through. You persevere. You make it through, and life ends up working out for you. Your life is working out for you. You're on this healing journey. You're like, oh my God, all that work and all that shadow work and going inside and reparenting myself and facing my trauma and all this stuff. I see the difference that it's making in my life. And oh my gosh, I'm so grateful, right? It's this energy of like, I'm so grateful for the healing journey that God has put me on, that Spirit has put me on, that the universe has led me to this moment right now where I am so happy and satisfied with my life. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what more there is to come. And it's this, this kind of peace is like this peace, like making peace with time. There's something here about making peace with time. Like I am where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. And it's this energy of accepting self and accepting time. There's something here about accepting time. Oh yeah. Come on now, Kali Ma. Divine severance. Cut the cords to fears, dramas, and illusions. Period. That was what we talked about this whole entire reading. Right? Cutting the cords to any kind of fear, any kind of drama, or any kind of self-delusions or illusions. No matter if they came from the outside or from the inside. Wherever they're from, cut them loose. And you feel free. Absolutely. Going through a spiritual awakening here. Interconnectedness, understanding the inner workings. Exactly. Oh, y'all know. This is like one of my favorite decks. And it's because it's always so on point. It's always so on point. Hanuman here with devoted warrior. Let God's love hold you in strength. Exactly. Right? Exactly. Feeling so strong and feeling this really deep connection to your spirituality, to your higher self, to your intuition, to like, oh my God, I trusted in the signs. I trusted where I was being guided. I trusted in my dreams and had faith in myself. I trusted in the guidance, and holy crap, it's led me here to this place of peace, to this place of amazing energy. God really has my back. The universe really has my back. Like, it's this kind of renewal of faith energy is what 2025 feels like it holds for you. You cutting those cords and you really having the bravery to examine those deep things inside of you. But it feels like because I went deep into my shadow, now that things from my shadow pop up, I can kind of just go, oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I remember that from that. Yeah. Okay. Snip. That was heavy. Let me face the energy. Let me replenish myself. Okay. I don't have to go tumbling down into the darkness. I can kind of just hold up my little light and, okay. Yep. I see. Okay. I see why I'm doing that. I see why I'm being triggered. I see why I fell for the okie doke in the past. I don't got to go down that road no more. Oh, yes. I love this energy. Kuan Yin, enlightened action, choose compassion, move forward with grace. This is that energy. This is that going forward from this point forward in your life with this compassion and with this open-heartedness and this understanding, right? I understand why things happen the way that they do. I understand why I felt the way that I have. I understand how, the things that I've experienced in my life has led me to the culmination of being here where I am now, fulfilling my dreams and my destiny. Oh, yes. The Lemurians, clairvoyance, activated psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition. What did I just say? I was just talking about trusting your intuition, trusting with the guidance that you're being guided, right? I feel like for a lot of you too, being in the space of being very heart open and being in the space where your root energy feels like it's grounded in and you finally feel safe and guided and protected, and you feel like I got me. God's got me. Like I got led here, and it feels like a huge platform of jumping off to the next level where it's like, When that next cliff comes, I will fling myself because I know, like, look at my life. I am a living testament to what following your intuition, listening to your higher self, following your dreams, listening to your guidance, listening to God, understanding what your divine purpose is, and walking down it and having faith. My life is a testament to that. So why wouldn't I? When the next thing comes up, why wouldn't I just go, let's go, right? Because you got me here. And if you got me here, then you can get me through whatever. Oh my gosh, I kept saying this. Lady Nana, expanded heart, openness, liberation, let yourself love and be loved. Yes, 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 yes. And I love that. I love to hear how we started off here with like the blooming of the lotus, right? It's like your spiritual awakening. It's being faced with your shadow, facing your shadow and having the fear and the bravery and the courage to dead it, right? Feeling God's love heal you and pull you together and protect you. And then having this blooming and opening, right? This understanding of, when I get all that ish off my chest, I can listen to the guidance and it's clear. And it's heart guidance from the right place, from my higher self, not from my ego, not from my fears, not from my limitations, but from what's best for me. And I can just trust and open up and expand. And my heart can just bloom and open up. And I can have faith, so much faith that, look, I'm here with my eyes closed, just trusting. Oh my gosh, guys, this is such a beautiful energy. And it's realizing, looking back, and oh my gosh, masters, y'all are just always so on it. It's crazy. Initiatory experience. Your current situation is initiating your gifts. It's understanding, right? It's this understanding of looking back and understanding it was all a journey, right? And it's starting here. Know that healing is a journey. Seeing the purpose of each step of your journey and getting this elevated perspective of looking back and being like, yes, I see what I see what I came through. I see what I overcome. I see myself clearly and I see my future clearly. I see where I'm going forward. And it's this kind of energy of turning, right? The Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. And it's this energy of, I don't need to look to the past anymore. I can turn and just look at the wide open future that I have. I can get that shit off my back and I can let go and I can expand and grow. And look, you guys, it's Michael and Faith, spiritual calling, divine protection, breakthrough moment. Faith, protection and faith, belief, having this amazing belief, not only in God, but God's presence in your life, your spirit guides and how they're guiding you, and the angels and your spirit guides and your ancestors and how they're guiding you towards your highest good, but belief in yourself, faith in yourself. I can make it through. I can do this shit. I'm really doing it. Oh my gosh, you guys. And look, and of course, at the bottom of the deck, divine knowledge. Come on now. So good. Okay, Spirit guys saying one more. I know this is a long reading, but we're talking about a whole year's worth of energy, you guys. So I'm not worried about it. Who wants to be here is going to be here. Yes! This is beautiful. I want to cry, you guys. This is so beautiful. Mary Magdalene, sacred vessel, you are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. Period. Oh, this is such a perfect moment. I don't even want to pull any more cards, but I do want to get a few messages from the angels. You know? Oh my gosh, this is so glorious. This energy is so beautiful, you guys. And it is this energy of life's gonna life. I see the purpose. I see it. A renewed faith and energy and belief in yourself. A renewed strength in your being and your devotion. And all of that coming around and culminating to, I know my purpose. I know what I'm here to do. I know why I'm here. I know, what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's just pull a few messages from the angels, please, if you would, please. Oh, any more? No. Okay. Oh, I love it. I love to see it. On the bottom of the deck, we have Archangel Uriel. You know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. And look, there's you. I just talked about that. You holding up the lantern, right? You holding up that faith, that belief, that star energy, that healing, that inner peace and inner healing that you found within yourself, and letting that be your guide moving forward. You know what to do. If any of you have struggled with faith, if any of you have struggled with belief, if any of you have struggled with self-confidence, if you've struggled with this, like, am I worthy? Can I do this? Can I accomplish this? Can I trust myself? 2025 is the year that you're like, bitch, yes, of course I can. I am that bitch. I am that dude. Of course I can. What? What was I doing? I was tripping. Come on now. Courage. Archangel Ariel. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Come on now. It's you finding your strength. You finding your courage. Or finally seeing how brave and how courageous you really are. Come on now. Victory. Archangel Sandalphon. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Victory. Period. Finding victory. Finding your strength, finding your courage, finding your calling, there too, with the horn. Finding your victory. Finally being victorious over this dark energy. This lack of understanding, or this lack of faith, or this fogginess, or this disconnection, or this, lost sense of self, or sense of purpose, or sense of like, can I trust myself? Can I trust my intuition? Can I trust my guides? Can I trust God? Can I trust life? Can I trust where I'm being guided? A lot of you had some stuff that really put that shakiness in your foundation. You could have really dealt with a lot of stuff that made you feel like people that were supposed to protect you didn't protect you. People that were supposed to stand up for you. Sometimes it can be really hard when life tells us, oh yeah, your friends are your family, or this is supposed to happen this way. And you're like, that's not true in my life. Where's the justice in my life? Society tells us that it's supposed to be like this, but, and that's the way that it's supposed to be. And if you're a good person, that's the way your life turns out, or that's the way things unroll for you. And that's not the truth for all of us. And it'll give you this complex like, well, what's wrong with me? Why couldn't I be loved the way that I needed to be loved? Why couldn't I be seen for the truth of who I was? Why were lies and, why was I gaslighted? Or why was I hurt the way that I was, even though I didn't have any malintent in my heart? It can put this energy of like, well, what they say the world is a lie. This world is a lie. Love is a lie. Family is a lie. People that, people have your back. That's a lie. It can give you this very kind of beat down, very heaviness. Like, I can't trust the world. I can't trust people. I can't trust my path. I can't trust myself and my intuition. I thought I was listening to my intuition, but it's like this realization. No, I was being guided by my fears. I was being guided by my devil energy. I was being guided by my ego. And I thought it was my intuition telling me, but I was really being guided by my traumas. I was really being guided by the ish that I've gone through in the past, the lies that I've convinced myself were true. And now that I've faced those things as lies, now that I've seen those things for what they are, and I can finally have the strength inside of myself to create that new foundation for myself, and to unlearn those thought process of I'm a victim, or I'm always at the bad end, or I always get the short end of the stick, or it never really works out for me, or whatever it was. This energy right here was telling you. It's having the bravery and the strength to say, no, that's a lie. No, I'm blessed. No, I'm highly favored. No, I'm protected. And that doesn't mean that bad things will never happen to me, because life be lifing. But I can get there in the end. Patience, absolutely. Archangel Jophiel. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. Exactly. This is that Empress energy. It's also that um Seven of Pentacles energy. You know, you realize that you needed to plant the seeds, and the seeds got to be watered, and the seeds got to grow, and the seed, and that's what I really feel like, that's what you've been doing. You've been clearing that bed. You've been putting down that fresh soil, you know. Maybe you felt like your soil got salted, and it's that removing that old bleached, dried desert, putting in that fresh soil, putting in those fresh nutrients, planting those new seeds, reading and researching. Oh, this is how I take care of this plant, and this is how much sun it needs, and this is how much water it needs, and this is how much, that's learning how to retake care of yourself, how to devote yourself to yourself, and you've been sitting there being like, okay, I'm doing all this. Now I have to have faith that the seed will grow. Right? And now 2025 feels like that seed is sprouting and it's breaking dirt, and its first little petals are blooming and opening, and you're just like, ah, like I'm doing it. This is amazing. Like, finally. That's what it feels like. Absolutely. I'm going to end with this one. Claircognizance. Excuse me. Archangel Uriel again. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Yeah. So pay attention to those good, like I said, you planting those seeds when it's like, yeah, you should go to that conference. Yeah, you should take that vacation. Yeah, you should go to that meeting with that person. Yeah, you should look for a new job. Yeah, you should start that business. Hello? You listening to that and listening to that guidance is what got you here. And that's what you're going to really realize. You're going to look back at the end of 2025 and be like, me believing and having faith in my spirit team busting it out and being the gangsters that they are, okay? Come on now. And finally, breathe. Archangel Raphael. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. And again, right? I talked about that moment with the Eight of Swords, that moment of just did it. I'm here. I'm doing it. I am reaching my goals. I'm living my dreams. I've gotten out of that thing that I felt like I would be trapped in forever. I did it. I did it. And now I get to live the rest of my life free of that. And that's what it feels like. 2025, at the end of 2025 is going to feel like this deep breath of, oh my gosh, I'm here. I'm expanding. My heart is opening. I did it. I went through all the karma. God dang. I did the karma. I faced my shadow. I learned my lessons, and now I really am unlocking and getting that key to the new world. And wouldn't you know, it's love. It's patience. It's understanding. It's quieting your mind enough to listen to yourself, listen to your body, listen to your wants and your desires, and not allowing your fears or your doubts or your anxieties to stop you from chasing after those things that you love, having those connections that you want to have, chasing down those dreams that you want to accomplish. Whatever was stopping you or holding you back or shutting you down, it's ending those things and finding the peace that you need. And baby, this isn't the end. It's only the beginning. Okay? It is the end of one cycle, and it is a huge awakening and a beginning to another. Whew! Mama. Excuse me. Whew. I was talking so much. I almost lost my voice. Lord. This is beautiful, you guys. Holy crap. This is a lot of processing of a lot of information that I did here, but as usual, you guys, this is glorious. And obviously, this is a general reading. Not all things are going to apply to you. If it applies to you, let it apply to you. If it doesn't, let it be. It could be for you and your understanding at a later date, or it could not be for you at all. And that's okay. There are lots of people out there giving lots of readings, giving lots of advice. Goodness gracious. I wish health and wealth and blessings and prosperity for all of you guys. I'm so proud of all the work and how far we've all come. And, you know, I hope that you can really bring this new year in and continue. You know, please remember, again, like we say, life be lifing. Life be lifing. Let go of your control. Have some fun. Have some great connections. You know, take those opportunities when they come a knocking and live your best life. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like this is really the open door to the rest of your life of living your best life that you can. Okay, I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you guys for another wonderful year of being here with me. I really appreciate it. I saw the other day where where YouTube sent me a notification that my channel turned 4 this year. And I was like, oh, well, you know, coming over. And I was just like, wow. It's been a crazy 4 years of my life. So much has changed. So much has moved around. But I'm grateful for every single one of you that have been there with me. Whether you're new, whether you're old, whatever. And I hope that my channel has brought you some peace, has brought you some love, has brought you some light, has brought you some understanding, you know, and let's take that good, positive growth energy right into the new year, okay? Thank you guys so much for being here with me. As always, I hope that you guys have a wonderful new year. Please be safe. If you're going out or you're partying tonight or you're spending time with friends and family or you're doing fireworks, we all see those videos every single year. Come on, Terry, throw it in reverse. You better not be one of them, okay? I ain't trying to see none of y'all get any memes because you blew up your neighbor's house, okay? I'm not trying to see any of that, okay? So y'all have a good, safe, wonderful time today. I'm so proud of all of you. Yay, we did it. Another year. And we're moving on to bigger and even better things, okay? Thank you, as always, for another beautiful year of guidance from your spirits, from your angels, from your ancestors, from your masters and guides. Thank you so much for being here with me, as always. Thank you to my angel spirits, guardians, ancestors, masters, and guides for being the amazing beings that they are, as well as helping me to deliver these messages that I really hope help you guys, okay? So thank you guys so very much. As always, let me know down in the comment section down below if this resonated for you. Give it a like, share, subscribe if you feel like it could help somebody else out sharing it, or help me out and just subscribe and join the tribe, okay? And if you feel guys get a personal reading from me, my contact information is down below. As always, I love you guys so very, very much, and I will see you guys in the new year, okay? Bye!